Hey everybody, I am a data science grad student. Been running some machine learning algorithms for sports predictions, some NHL, NBA, NFL. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of what I'm doing and also do a little bit of sports betting with it. So I figure I'll come on here, share a little bit of what I've been doing, and hopefully help some of you guys out. If you have any questions, I'm going to try to go through some of this real quick to just give you a little understanding of how my algorithms work, what it looks for, and how it's performed in the past. I have the previous 3 days of NBA data loaded up here with the top 10 predictions, um, highest predictions, not what it'll actually output for what I use, but highest points, highest assists, rebounds, 3 points, and PRAs for the last 3 days. So let's go through, see how some of this is done. Um, as you can see, Tyrese Maxey did not show up last Tuesday night, I believe it was, against Toronto. 5 points. He was the highest predicted on points at 40. So obviously he came up 35 points short. Jalen Brunson got into foul trouble that night. I believe he had 3 fouls in the first quarter, maybe. I don't know. It was pretty bad. But yeah, he came up 26. So the top ones came up short, but Embiid within 2 points. Durant beat his by 8.5. Got Siakam, got it. Beasley beat his by 2. So there's good stuff in here. Like I said, these are the top 10 that for the highest predictions. But when I go through and I do my algorithm, I have the algorithm look for past performance, not just how they've done, but how they've done against the predictions that the models put out for them. And I try to also use a matchup favorability and feature engineering in there to try to get better matchups and predict what players will are most likely to hit the predicted stat for the night. So as you see the assists too, some of them spot on, some off by quite a bit, and some off by just a little bit. So when you're using this analysis, don't just take a prediction and throw 5 of them together from the top and think you're gonna make a lot of money. Like put a little bit more into it. As you can see, this is just the predictions right here. I will go through and show you some of the graphs. I plan on doing a graph home, away, overall, and show different things in there. We'll get to that. But yeah, here's 211, and go to the next slide here. So here we still have it's still February 11th, it's still last Tuesday night. Uh, Rebounds are actually pretty good. Nick Richards was way off, but everybody else was pretty close to their predicted stat if they didn't hit it within 3 or less. The PRAs, I mean, again, you got Maxi and Cade right there. Um, I mean, Cade, they blew out Chicago, so he didn't even play the fourth quarter, I don't think. Embiid real close. Karl-Anthony Towns blew it out without Brunson being in there with foul trouble. Got the 3 pointers down at the bottom. I mean, shooters are going to either hit or miss. You got Beasley there, 7 to 10, and then you got Kobe White there, 0 for 8. So it's definitely going to take a little more analysis. Don't just go with the prediction and think you're going to hit, like I said. All right, so here we have the games from February 12th. A lot more games this day. And again, anything within 8 points of the predicted score is going to be green. So you'll have the predicted score, the actual score, and then the difference is going to be what will be green or red. As you can see, I mean, there's a lot of them that were really close on the score. The spreads, there were, I think, half of them, one over half, I believe, were within 6 points of the predicted spread. And a couple of them were pushed out a little far with overtime games. But again, this is going to get you really close. It's not going to get you perfect, but I hope it will just help get us all a few more wins against the books. All right, so here we have the February 12th stat predictions. Again, some of them spot on. Sometimes you're just a day early and you have the matchup right. We can see CJ McCollum here at the bottom of the 3 pointers. It predicted him this night against Sacramento. It did not predict him the next night, as we'll see in the top 10. He went 0 for 5 this night. The very next night, he went 7 of 12 from three, and I believe he had 37 second half points. So a day early on CJ McCollum, but other ones, again, Karl Anthony Towns, 15 over his PRA, Jason Tatum, 12 over. So it's got good predictions in here, and these are the top 10. These are not the ones that will be used in the graphs. We'll see that here in a second. All right, so here we have the February 13th game results. Utah Clippers game, close for both teams, close on the spread. Some of the other ones, not so much. Uh, Dallas really close. They even were missing Kyrie, Clay, and all the injuries they have. So once again, this is gonna get you close, not gonna get you perfect. I want to stress that. I already know the comments that come if people actually start watching these, so use this as research. Don't use it as a straight up bet these lines. All right, here we have the February 13th, the player stat predictions. Again, top 10 highest predictions, not top 10 most likely. Um, some hit really well, and again, some didn't even come close. Amen Thompson played without half of the team and only got 18 on the PRA, 16 under. And then you have Domantas Sabonis came in and tied his career high, I believe, with 28 rebounds. It had him highest predicted. He was definitely the highest that night. Zubac didn't do as much, but a lot of the rebounds looked pretty good that day. There's actually pretty good stats on this. Again, SGA, and they didn't really do a whole lot in that game, but yeah, there's always good stats to predict. If you go one or two under, as you can see, even more of these will actually hit. The predictions they're gonna vary, they're gonna bounce. So you just got to find a good line with some good odds. If you want to parlay them, obviously, go a little bit lower of a line. If you just want to go max out, I mean, you could have gone Sabonis at 20, probably gotten some really, really good odds there. But you never know what they're gonna do. So hopefully this research will help you guys to make some better picks. So I've showed you some of the predictions from the past 3 days of NBA games. Well, this isn't the first day back because it's just Charlotte and LA. I may do a video probably on the players that'll be in that matchup, but this is for Thursday's games. A much larger slate. As you can see, the original model, the spreads don't go quite as large. Still normally predicts about the same team to win. The updated model is going to vary a little bit more. The original model is a steadier model, longer rolling average, so it's not going to capture a lot of the ups and downs that teams players may have quite as quickly. Where the updated model uses different types of feature engineering, boosting algorithms that can help capture the data quicker. But if a player gets hot for one day, it may put them at a higher prediction. You may need to be a little more careful on that. For the team scores, I will normally try to put both models up there. When I'm doing my graphs, I'm going to use the updated model. I think that for player stat predictions, I like the way that one works a little bit better. If you guys have any questions, if you want to see some of the original model stats or whatever, you can always comment in the videos. I'll do my best to try to help you guys out in any way that I can. A lot of this is automated, so it doesn't take a lot of time. And I like the research. I like to win, and if we can work together, work in the comments, try to get some wins together, I think that would be awesome for everybody. Lastly, I'm going to show you just this first slide. I have more slides. I'm going to do another video for all the player stats for these Thursday night games. These are ones that will be predicted by the model as most likely to hit their stat. So Trey's been a little hotter as of recently. As you can see in the legend on the top right, the dots are the points they've had in all of the previous games. The dashed line, that is going to be the predicted score. So the model is predicting, as you can see at the top, 29.9 points. He has hit that in 29.4% of his games this year. The waffle chart up there that you can see starts from the bottom, works its way to the top, most recent. If it is green, he hit the line. If it's red, he didn't hit the line. And I'm gonna go through these for any player that it gives me. I have it run against 4 different criterias. If the player makes it in 3 of the 4 criterias, it makes it on the list. And then that's what I research right away. Sometimes I'll go in and try to do a few more if something sticks out and it wasn't on that list for me. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope that you understand a little bit about how my algorithms work, how I go about researching it, and what I am going to try to bring to you. The previous slides, all of that stuff, I'm not going to do that unless it's requested. If you want to see how the model performed the day before without researching it and just want me to upload it, that's fine. But these graphs, this waffle charts, I'm going to do these. I'll have the overall, I'll have the home, I'll have the away for every player and stats that are predicted. We'll be trying to do that every day and see if we can find some winners. So go ahead, you can like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do on this. But let's win some money.